What's going on, everyone? My name is Yesh the Man, and today we are going to be reacting to Ghost Rider vs. Spawn by Death Battle. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I've been pretty excited for this one because I like both characters, but let me tell you something right now. If Ghost Rider loses, this is wrong. That is wrong. It is so wrong if Ghost Rider loses, because from what I've seen with like both characters, Ghost Rider has way more powerful feats. Spawn, a lot of his feats are very overrated. Like, people want to use a lot of his feats when there was a lot of context behind a lot of them. So yeah, a lot of Spawn's feats aren't the best. He's actually not as strong as he used to be. So even if we take these characters at their primes, Ghost Rider is winning. So if Ghost Rider wins, that's facts. If he loses, it's not correct. I'm sorry. So Ghost Rider better win. If he doesn't win, I'll be very mad and it will be so wrong. But I'm going to enjoy the fight nevertheless because I love Death Battle no matter what. And yeah, let's get this started.
Baby, you looking real good today. I just love you.
He loves his girlfriend. He loves his girlfriend. He just remove all this stuff. Oh, he did the Akira side. Oh, that's a little loud. Let me just lower that.
Ghost Rider versus Spawn.
Yep.
The Spirit of Vengeance versus the Dark Angel of Armageddon.
He's with my boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win
A death battle. Let's get it.
Johnny Blaze has always been a man possessed, chasing the thrill of certain doom by performing death-defying stunts, following the example of his adoptive father, Crash Simpson.
Until the day Crash lived up to his name and got cancer. Heartbroken and without enough Wampa fruit to save him, Johnny turned to the only thing that could. Chemotherapy.
The devil.
Oh!
To cure Crash's cancer, Johnny sold his soul to Mephisto, king of the 8th layer of hell.
Only for Crash to actually
Die.
live up to his name right after.
But instead of scooping up Johnny's soul, Mephisto had something else in mind.
Yo, those
He bound
Nicolas
Johnny to an
Cage's
instrument of
movies were
divine
so
wrath,
bad.
Zarathos,
For a lot of
the
Yep,
spirit
Zarathos.
of vengeance.
Yep.
So Johnny Blaze lived up to his name and burst into Hellfire, an undead skeleton biker with a sick-ass hug, the 5th scariest Nick Cage performance, the stuntman from hell. He called himself the Daredevil.
What?
Sorry, Johnny,
Yeah.
that name's taken.
Yeah.
Okay, then how about the Ghost
Ooh,
Rider?
boy.
Sure, we definitely didn't forget that we named a character the same thing only 5 years earlier. All you.
The Ghost Rider was bad news for Earth's sinners and scumbags. He's strong enough to pull down skyscrapers,
Yep.
blow up mountains, and cause earthquakes that can be felt across whole countries.
Don't even think about fighting back. He can
Yeah.
remake his whole body
Yep,
from the hellfire that
regeneration.
engulfs him, making him immune to all physical damage.
Yep.
Only holy weapons that target his soul can harm him.
I mean,
It's
not
just his
really,
body.
because
his whole arsenal is hellfire.
that really can't
Ghost
really
can
take him
create
out
anything you can
that
think
much.
of, from an infinite stream of chains, a shotgun packed with fiery rounds, or a flaming missile barbed right out of his mouth. Life goals.
And he can imbue other objects with hellfire, such as his Hell Cycle.
Yep.
Oh, this badass bike can outpace Thor's hammer
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir, which can cross the universe in seconds.
Hellfire is a weapon in and of itself, whether shot out of his hands, raining down from the sky,
Oh, yep.
or released from his...
Really? Oh
His
yeah.
boner,
Yeah.
Wiz.
I remember that. Get out of here,
Doesn't just
Sans.
scorch flesh. Hellfire is so deadly it can burn away your
Your
very
soul.
soul.
Yep.
This technique would be mastered by Johnny's successor, his own brother, Danny Ketch.
Oh yeah, Johnny's not the only Ghost Rider.
Yeah, there's multiple
Danny
Ghost
was the
Riders.
first to master their most famous move. You know, the one
Penance
that burns your
Stare.
soul to
Yep.
smithereens with just a look. The Penance Stare.
The penance stare inflicts upon its victims every ounce of pain they ever wreaked upon others. Every cruelty, no matter how small or righteous, is reflected back.
Yep.
A biblical punishment.
Obliterating your soul. It even works on other Ghost Riders, like when Johnny and Danny got into a staring contest and Danny actually depowered Johnny.
Eyes are windows to the soul, so the Ghost Rider must be able to match his victim's gaze for the penance stare to work. Some people have survived it, like the Punisher supposedly because he didn't regret his actions, but it did work on him on other occasions.
Well, Johnny can adjust how deadly it is, and it doesn't necessarily have to kill you. He can use the stare to read minds, force you to confess info, or just show you the error of your ways.
Remember, the Ghost Rider is two souls in one body, with the kinder Johnny battling the demon Zarathos in a war of control.
Ah, classic Faustian bargain. All the power in the world, but if you want it, it uses you. Because if Johnny gives in, the demon's full
Yep,
might
Zarathos
will take
will
over,
come out.
and then everything is screwed.
Oh, come on, an ad.
ケンスラがまたまたコラボするぞ。リムル様、ドットになった私はいかがでしょう。心配無用ですわ。奇跡を。
Alright,
Zarathos'
let's get
strength
back.
is boundless. He can open up portals between dimensions, control the elements, penance stare an entire city,
Yep.
and fly all the way to Asgard,
Yo.
which is a literal infinite distance away.
He's manhandled some of Marvel's heaviest hitters, like Thor,
Yep.
World War Hulk,
Yep.
and Doctor Strange.
Yep.
Hell, Strange said Zarathos is a threat to all realms,
Mm-hmm.
mortal and immortal.
Hyperbole? Think again. The Archangel Zadkiel said that the power of the Ghost Rider could threaten all
All of
of
existence.
existence, and even bring down heaven itself.
Right before an army of Ghost Riders did just that. Yeah, an army. The spirits of vengeance are legion.
As far back as the Great Flood, humans have been bonded to the vestiges of God's power to act as his divine wrath on Earth. A sort of heavenly black ops.
Okay, wait, does that make Zarathos an angel now? Or is he still a demon?
Both? Neither? Despite being one of the greatest entities in existence, it's unclear. What we do know is that ages ago, Zarathos feasted on souls and battled Mephisto for rulership of his realm.
And Mephisto lost.
ever the trickster, claimed victory and gained control of
Oh.
Karathos forevermore.
I thought he killed
Hence how he could
Mephisto.
bond him to Johnny.
Oh,
But Zarathos got
Oh,
his
yeah, there we
revenge
go.
against
He
that
killed-
big red bitch with
killed him.
another Ghost Rider, Alejandra Jones. Bet you wish you had one more day to fix that hole in your chest, huh?
Comic book fan punching bag though he may be, Mephisto is unbelievably
Powerful, yes.
A battle with him could cause omniversal Armageddon. Fitting as his fight with Galactus rents the cosmos asunder.
And Galactus' fights can destroy all of Marvel's infinite multiverse. That's the kind of awesome power at Zarathos' disposal.
Ghost Rider is like
Total
one of the strongest
cosmic
beings in Marvel.
Annihilation.
So it was no surprise when Johnny went down to the underworld and took Hell's throne for himself, usurping the devil that ruined his life and finally grabbing destiny by the handlebars.
Scoring the total power of hell itself, plus a sick-ass upgrade, the Damnation Stare, which skips
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole every pain you've ever inflicted thing and just sends you straight to hell.
Dang.
No shot.
As they say though, uneasy lies the head that wears the crown.
The only person who
Johnny
can kill,
began an obsessive
Ghost
crusade
Rider
to
is
capture
Toa.
all of Hell's escaped demons. But by using his new power to damn them to hell, he began absorbing their evil, feeding off of it, and it corrupted him. Once again, Johnny Blaze was a man possessed.
In truth, Johnny was just as trapped by hell's power as he'd always been, and he needed Danny's help to pull him out of the darkness.
Though he gave up Hell's throne, the Ghost Rider continues his war against demons without and within, mentoring his fellow Ghost Riders in the ways of vengeance, always prowling the highways for the evil and the profane.
An unstoppable engine of judgment that, with just a glance, could
Yep.
make Galactus himself shit his pants.
Yep.
Maybe one day he'll find salvation in the eyes of one of his victims.
Cause they sure as hell won't find any in his.
Dang. Yeah.
This battle is sponsored by Robin Hood Gold.
With Robin Hood Gold, you can now enjoy the
So let me just skip this.
If Al Simmons was one thing, he was a killer.
A lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army and the CIA's most decorated assassin, Simmons upheld democracy around the globe at the barrel of a gun, painting the third world.
I don't know
red,
too much on his
but
origin
mostly
story.
Red.
Until
All I know
his
is
final
I know he
fateful
died
mission
and he
when,
came back
per
as
his boss's
Spawn.
orders, Al was fired.
Yeah.
The burning was only getting started because Al's immortal soul was on a one-way trip to hell.
Where he cut a deal with Malvosia, the
Yep,
big,
Malvosia, I heard
naked
of him.
lord of the Eighth Circle
Not
of
too
Hell.
familiar with
By
Spawn,
their
but
pact,
he is
Simmons
cool.
would be reborn a Hellspawn, a superpowered commander of Hell's armies, in exchange for seeing his wife one more time.
Oh, buddy, you're just asking to get monkey's bud.
Al Simmons returned from the dead as a decaying zombie 5
Ugh.
years later, after his wife had already remarried
Yep.
and had a daughter.
There,
Yeah, that
you
sucks.
saw her. Now get back to work, bitch.
Thus was born the undead warrior from hell itself,
Spawn.
He's so
That name is
90s
so
that he
cold.
comes all the way back around to being the coolest thing ever. Look upon his edge wizard and despair.
Spawn would violently defend New York's downtrodden, while slowly uncovering the full breadth of his demonic powers.
He's like a walking superpower encyclopedia. He can fly, teleport, turn invisible and intangible, move things with his mind, make force fields, control the elements and the weather, and even stop time. Speaking of time, he can fly so fast, he literally breaks into other dimensions and smashes time as a concept.
He can manipulate matter, shape-shifting his own body or transmuting other objects and people. He can even control and absorb your soul.
Wait, Wiz, if he can rearrange molecules and crap, why doesn't he just fix his uggo face?
Well, he tried to do that, but Malvosia cursed him so that he could only make himself...
Oh my
It's
gosh.
petty trolling
Come
like that
on.
that gets you a throne in hell.
To be fair, Spawn can achieve a similar result with illusions and mental manipulation. He can read and control minds, implant and replace memories, or simply drive you mad.
Spawn can do all of this crazy shit because he runs on necroplasm.
Necroplasm,
Basically, hell juice.
You're not wrong.
If he runs out of it,
Necroplasm
he'll
is the
die.
energy that makes up hell itself. Al's undead body is composed of 400 pounds of it.
He can wield it like an energy blaster empowered by the sins of others. Spawn can absorb your evil and feed off of it. By simply walking on Earth, Spawn feels all of humanity's pain all at once.
He's even absorbed the sins of 8 million New Yorkers instantly, cleansing them of their evil.
Like Jesus?
Or he can do the reverse and make you experience the full weight of your own sins,
Oh.
feeling every bit of pain you've ever inflicted on others over your whole life.
Like some sort of penance.
Though Spawn's necroplasm comes with a catch.
If he runs out of
Yeah,
it, he'll
he's got
die.
a limited amount
Yep,
of stuff,
mhm.
and it drains every time he uses his powers. If he runs out, he's dragged back to hell.
Even depowered, Spawn can rely on his elite
Yes,
military
he does.
training in hand-to-hand
Uh-huh.
combat.
He
He's
can.
even fought Batman to a standstill.
Oh!
And as befits his past profession,
No, he crossed over.
loves his big-ass 90s guns.
Though his greatest weapon is the sentient being he's genetically and spiritually bonded to, his cloak. Letha of the 7th House of K.
You ever wonder why his cape's red? Nope, well, now you are, and it's red because it's made from the apple Eve ate in the Garden of Eden. It's literally made of original sin. Oh, and also the souls of a million sinners, including every one of hell's victims. Also a touch of vampire for good measure.
K7 Letha is constantly evolving. It can act independently to defend Spawn with an infinite stream of chains, transform into weapons, or drain people of their power. It is the most potent weapon Hell has ever created.
It even helped Spawn beat the primordial dark god Urizen, who can destroy and eat your soul with just a glare.
Except the souls bonded to Spawn acted as a buffer, allowing him to survive.
You'd think with an arsenal like that, he'd be unstoppable. But Hellspawns have a weakness to holy weapons and can be killed permanently if decapitated by one.
Though Spawn has managed to survive this in the past. No, Spawn's greatest weakness is his own... how do I put this? Stupidity.
So Spawn fought this angel lady, Angela. Great name for an angel. She had this dimensional lance that could wipe Hellspawn out of existence, and Spawn got it. But instead of, being cautious around a mysterious angel weapon that hurts him, he just had to push the big shiny button and activate it on himself.
And so, Spawn was forever destroyed. until he reconfigured reality to undo his own inexistence.
There we are, good as new. That has to be the first time we've seen someone accidentally kill themselves and survive.
On his quest as Hell's greatest warrior, Spawn has defeated a serial killer ice cream man, a demonic clown, and even his old boss remade by Heaven into an anti-Spawn. He's even encountered other Hellspawn.
Killing bad guys might seem counterintuitive if you work for a Hell Lord, but it actually just adds more souls to Malvosia's army. An army Spawn would have to lead in a war with Heaven that had killed all of humanity.
Because the reason Malvolgia chose Al to be his commander wasn't that he was some great warrior. It was because Al had proven that he was the best at taking orders.
All his life and all his death, Al was nothing more than a hired gun.
But he knew it, and he would do so no more.
So Spawn marched down to Hell and ripped Malvosia's fucking head off. With a scream so loud it echoed through all of reality, Spawn became the king of the 8th circle of Hell.
Come on, stop giving me
Planet surrounded by
ads.
stars and asteroids and the wondrous
Pizza? Whatever you're...
As king, Spawn is literally a part of Hell itself, gaining access to an unlimited pool of energy that increases 100-fold with every heartbeat. He's effectively omnipotent in there, and strong enough to challenge other Hell Lords like Mammon and Satan.
He got so strong, the only thing left was to finally resolve the war between
Oh,
Heaven
is he
and Hell.
gonna be
But
giving
Spawn
divine
needed
spawn?
help from the being who created this god and Satan to begin with, the mother of existence, Gaia.
She wasn't cool with her kids being total assholes, so she appointed Spawn to be the universe's savior.
By eating the fruit from the tree of life, Spawn became truly
Divine
divine,
Spawn, yeah.
capable of battling God and Satan in a stalemate for eternity.
But he
that
didn't beat them.
extinguished all life on Earth.
He didn't
And
beat
each of them
them.
are powerful enough to create and control infinitely sized universes.
Spawn broke the stalemate by letting God and Satan destroy him, only for Gaia to separate the two from the reality they threatened.
Then, just like that time with the Lance, Spawn respawned and recreated the Earth. Poof, good as new.
Finally freed of the weight of heaven and hell, Al asked to be reborn as a human. But he knew in his heart he deserved to carry on his undead penance in perpetuity.
He's a creature of the 90s, Wiz. He won't be happy unless he can angstily brood over the injustice of his own existence.
Though if you threaten the alley he calls home, beware, because Spawn will turn whatever's left of your life into a living hell.
Interesting.
This battle is sponsored by DraftKings Casino.
If the slots are spinning, you could be winning. All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for one hell of a death battle!
Alright, I just wanted to talk about this. So, for the things they gave Spawn, I don't know how much of those feats were like, were proven like out of context with stuff like that. Because I know like a lot of those feats are pretty impressive, but like some of those feats were not as like great. Like some were like debunked to lower levels, some were like, oh, he had help. Yeah, my money's still on Ghost Rider, and I still think he definitely should win this, but yeah, so if Ghost Rider loses, that's wrong. I don't care. But we'll see. Let's get it. Oh, he's on his little...
Nights like these drive men insane. Brimstone in the air. Something's coming. If it wants a piece of me, there'll be hell to pay.
Get it. Ghost Rider.
Go back to the pit you squirmed from, Hellspawn.
Make me
I gotta lower this a little bit. Very.
If you care, it's nothing personal. Vengeance calls.
Okay. Music is pretty fire.
sloppy. You fight like a bum.
You've earned your damnation.
Oh my my gosh, did he grow bigger? I don't know he can do that.
Welcome to hell.
Oh, he just said that. He really does. Ooh. You just called me Scorpion! Oh, Divine Spawn.
Vestments of the holy cannot disguise your wickedness. God forbid.
Simmons, your sins are innumerable. I am here to wreak vengeance upon your soul.
No.
I eat sin for breakfast.
No. No, if he wins, that's
damn medicine.
No. No, that's wrong. No. No.
It's like you said, nothing personal.
No. I'm out. No, I don't agree with that. That is wrong. I don't care what anyone says. That's wrong.
Damn, literally.
This was a nail-biter of a battle that pitted Ghost Rider's immeasurable power against Spawn's skill and versatility. Let's break this down into 4 categories.
First up, power. Divine Spawn could match God and Satan, who could...
No, he didn't. He lost. And no, he didn't lose on purpose. He legit lost. He died from that.
create universes, similar in scale to Ghost Rider's bouts with a lot of the powerhouses in Marvel.
But Zarathos was different. Remember, his power can match that of Mephisto and Galactus, who can threaten all of Marvel's infinite cosmic reality, far greater than any cosmos Spawn has ever affected. Even though Spawn's battled and defeated Satan in more recent comics, implying he's retained a level of power similar to his divine form, he couldn't match Zarathos in power alone.
He couldn't.
Ghost Rider may take power, but remember, Johnny actively resists Zarathos' influence, so Spawn may have had time in the fight to learn and adapt to Ghost Rider before he went full Blue Fury.
And Spawn definitely had the edge in skill. He spent
skill, maybe, yeah, I'll give it skill
and is a
to
master
him, but
martial artist, whereas Johnny more so relies on his invincibility.
The ultimate dream power for a stuntman. Even with his crazy powers, Ghost Rider was a lot more direct than Spawn, pretty much entirely focused on attacking the soul.
Which doesn't bode well for his versatility. Spawn can stop time, manipulate matter, turn intangible, control minds, warp reality. The Ghost Rider had a much more limited arsenal by comparison. Spawn had a huge advantage in this category.
Though with his invincibility, way greater power, and the ability to scorch your soul to nothing, Ghost Rider could score the win through brute force, right?
Not exactly. The last piece of the puzzle is their resistances. Basically, who was harder to kill.
Ghost Rider!
His constant mainlining of humanity's collective sin and pain meant he could survive attacks on his soul, including the Penance Stare, just like he resisted a very similar attack from Urizen.
Best of all, remember the time he rewrote reality to undo his own inexistence?
There was nothing the Ghost Rider could do to overpower that. And that time with the Lance wasn't planned, it was purely instinctual. He could replicate it any time he wanted, like in his fight with God and Satan.
So how do you put Spawn down for good? Well, you can't. At least Johnny and Zarathos couldn't.
Unlike how Ghost Rider Soul has been vulnerable to attack before, like when Danny used the penance stare to depower Johnny.
This sort of thing actually happens a lot, even in recent comics. The whole reason Johnny and Zarathos are bonded in the first place is
only
because
person
Zarathos' soul was meant.
The only person that can kill Ghost Rider is Toa, the god of Marvel. He died. Ghost Rider died once, and Toa's like, nah, you ain't gonna die. I'm bringing you back. Meaning, if through that, Ghost Rider can't be killed no matter what Spawn does to him.
Manipulated by Mephisto.
And not only does Spawn have plenty of experience manipulating souls, he can replicate the effect of the penance stare itself.
And just think about that. A penance stare on Zarathos would mean he's feeling the pain from every penance stare that he's ever done. A penance squared.
The damnation stare, on the other hand, actively helped Spawn, sending him to hell where he gets a literal infinite power boost.
And it wasn't
I love
just
Keith David
Spawn's
as
soul
Spawn.
powers that had
He did a
spelled
great
trouble.
job, but-
He had other ways to bypass Ghost Rider's immortality too, like transmutation, rewriting reality, or just straight up stealing his powers, which has worked on multiple Ghost Riders in the past.
Giving Spawn the final edge. Zarathos was almost unbeatable, a massive power advantage, soul destruction, immortality, but Spawn could counter everything thrown at him, and was too unkillable for Zarathos' strength advantage to matter in the long run against his crazier abilities.
That was one hell of a fight, and at least Johnny went out in a blaze of glory.
The winner is Spawn.
No, I don't agree with
Next
that.
time
I don't.
on
What's
Death
next? What's
Battle.
next? What's this? Shigaraki versus Mahito?
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle.
Definitely,
Thanks
I'm
for
excited for
watching.
that one. Oh, that's gonna be good. Okay, no, I don't agree with that. Okay. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Oh, I don't agree with that. I really do not agree with that. I've seen I've seen people like review Spawn and like how he's not as strong as he used to be, and like they have been big fans of Spawn. I'm like so mad. I'm like so mad right now. I am like furious because like that is not how the fight would go. Ghost Rider should not have lost that fight. You know, I felt like they were gonna pull some BS and give Spawn the win after I heard what they were giving him. And I had a feeling like they're gonna make Spawn win. I had a feeling. I don't agree with that. I really don't. Just listen. I love Death Battle. I love them a lot. I try to defend them as much as I can, but I can't defend this one. I disagree so bad. But that next time is gonna be pretty cool. It's pretty exciting. I'm excited for that one. Oh, sorry, excuse me. So yeah, I don't agree with the outcome. Ghost Rider should have won. Shigaraki versus Mahito. I'm not sure on who I think wins that one. I haven't finished My Hero, and I am not even close to finishing Jujutsu Kaisen. But that's gonna be pretty interesting. I definitely am gonna be watching that, probably with myself, because my sister loves Shigaraki, and my brother loves Jujutsu Kaisen, so that's gonna be pretty cool. But yeah, so that would be I think that's gonna be an interesting one. And yeah, if you guys like the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. I'm pissed. I'm like so pissed right now.